The tensions surrounding this issue are between, in this interview, farmers and environmentalists. This specific one, he could barely work. Before he could work on the palm oil plantations, he was poor, and so was his family. Now that he has got his palm oil, he doesn't want to go back, as he is living a prosperous life. The environmentalists, however, they want to maintain a standard in the health of the surrounding forest area. Because the locals are protesting against workers and companies, tension is occurring.
What do you think are the reasons for these tensions, in your opinion?
Survive and thrive around the world, and palm oil plantations are one of the biggest threats. I don't want to give up my job, and business owners are making big profits off of it. So, in your opinion, what are the reasons for the tensions surrounding this issue?
In my opinion, the tension is created through a conflict of interests between money and the future of our Earth. Sides of this debate aren't set in concrete, and many parties have a mixed view on the issue. Corporate entities stand to make as much money out of the plantation as possible, with minimal to no interest in maintaining the environment, past just being able to use it as future farming area. There are many companies, for example, locals and consumers, that want a maintainable stream of resources that don't affect the environment drastically. These are, more or less, the fence sitters. Us as the environmentalists just want our Earth to remain healthy, which is not happening under the current system. The conflict of these interests has caused quite the debate and tension due to all the opposing sides. We have nice, strong, tall trees and a whole lot of leafage and foliage. There's an array of animals and wildlife that are just surviving perfectly. And excuse me, we've got another question. If you could change the laws and regulations surrounding the issue, what would you change?
I would make a limit on the amount of forest a plantation can clear. This would benefit the forest and the farmers. It would also make more national parks to keep the wildlife safe. So, if you could change any rules and laws surrounding this issue, what would you do?
The government of Indonesia has recently put in place a temporary ban to stop new plantations being opened. I believe this is a good start to reducing the damages to the surrounding area. But further steps like a permanent ban or a fine for incorrect running of a plantation could be put in place, which would stop more land being deforested. This would also reduce the effect of current plantations on surrounding habitats and boost the country's economy slightly. A problem faced with poorer countries who rely heavily on palm oil, for example Borneo, is that it takes up such a large amount of their economy. Money put into revitalise lost habitats would be effective, but the government possibly wouldn't be able to afford it. Here, international aid would have to come in, which would be problematic. Another thing that could be done is to create more jobs in other work areas so people aren't as reliant on the plantations for job security. Excuse me? What if we knew the amount of food the world needed to produce and adequately feed the world's population in 2070? How would you change your viewpoint?
If anything, it would make me either up or low the amount of food I already produce. If I know that we will be in a famine, it would make me consider lowering the amount of palm oil I produce. What if we knew the amount of food the world needed to produce to adequately feed the world's population in 2070? How would that change your viewpoint?
I don't believe this would make a difference. Our issue isn't that we're not creating enough food, but rather we want to do it as cheaply as possible. The amount of food we are producing currently is enough. Just look at our food wastage. But we are not doing this sustainably enough for our Earth to be able to keep working. Our population is growing exponentially, but the facts remain that if we keep doing this, there will be no Earth for those people to live on anyway. Excuse me? What would you change if your side prevailed in this tension and you were able to implement your goals and the biome was managed with strategies you agree with?
I would strive to increase palm oil plantation as that benefits me, but I would try to minimise the amount of deforestation. What would change if your side of this tension prevailed and you were able to implement your goals and the biome was managed with strategies that you agreed with?
The environment would be in a sustainable state where all inhabitants are living comfortably and not affecting the Earth's health. That is the number one priority from our viewpoint. We are not looking to eradicate these plantations. We understand our need for them. We would like to create a set area where we invest and regrow in a single area. This is sustainable and still allows the companies to make money and the world still gets its foods. More support to these poorer areas will be given to help them out of their third world status.